markets seem to see a sharp pullback after lunch today after a fairly weak opening. So Nifty reclaimed the 10,900 mark with a 100-point recovery from the low point of the day. The Sensex also recouped more than 300 points to end with gains of about 0.3%. Among the broader markets, Bank Nifty rallied about 0.2%, led by Kotak Mahindra and HDFC Twins. Mid-caps were the underperformers, and that index ended almost 1% in the red. Well, on to some stock-specific action. DHFL stock nosedived 13% and bounced back from the day's low. This after rating agencies downgraded the company for selling a subsidiary, Aadhar Housing, in a deal worth 27,000 crore rupees. The stock picked up after the management said that in a conference call that a strategic partner should be appointed on board in the next 3 months itself. Chairman and Managing Director Kapil Wadhwan also dismissed the allegations of loans being disbursed to non-existent slum projects.
It is alleged that the loans have been sanctioned and disbursed to non-existent slum rehabilitation projects. This statement is completely false. The complaint is riddled with false allegations and false statements. It alleges setting up and using of shell companies. It is, however, relevant to note that not a single one of these companies was designated or described as a shell company by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, when it issued its list of shell companies in the year 2017. The complaint also suggests concocted loans given to various entities which are perpetually outstanding. In fact, many of those loans of an aggregate value of Rs 2,250 crores have already been repaid. We were surprised and shocked that the rating agencies have announced a re-rating of DHFL's debt in view of recent events. The re-rating is not a reflection of any deterioration in our asset credit quality or on our liquidity. It is more in response to the decline in the share price and the rise in the bond yields, which is what is observed by the rating agency in their rationale. We have not received any queries from MCA yet, but these are not shell companies. These are entities where active lending has already happened. So yes, I hear that there are specific questions related to MCA, etc., which we would like to counter and say that none of these entities, that the monies have gone to our shell companies.
Now, meanwhile, we learned that the Corporate Affairs Ministry is monitoring DHFL stock movement and is keeping an eye on the company's exposure in development projects. In fact, MCA's Mumbai Regional Director has been asked to submit a report on DHFL within a week. The report will be shared with the Finance Ministry and the Prime Minister's office, and a decision on the further course of action will be taken only after that. Another stock that was in focus in today's trade was Reliance Communications. The stock ended the day down about 35%. This on the company's decision to opt for insolvency proceedings after failing to sell assets to repay lenders. Other stocks from the Anil Ambani Group also witnessed selling pressure. I caught up with Reliance Communications Executive Director Puneet Garg. Here is what he had to say about the company's decision. Puneet, simply put, what really gives you the confidence in the NCLT process to do what you couldn't complete doing outside the process for so long?
It's a so-called COC, or those who, it are the same lenders. They have run the process, which was transparent and independent, by appointing a bid evaluation committee as well, which was headed by Deputy Governor of RBI and, members of TRAI, etc. They have gone through the process, finalized the whole, bidding and the bids, and that's how the resolution plan was constructed. In the current process also, it is the same COC, so I do not see that we have to reinvent the wheel, for bidding process. So it's going to be the same bids, and the current buyers have already extended the long stop date.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I want to get to the point on the lack of consensus among lenders that you raised. Even in a press release, you've said that that was the key reason why the resolution couldn't be completed in 18 months' time. So can you help us understand what were these point of differences that came up amongst the lenders, and how do you think that they'll be resolved under NCLT?
Yeah, so I think some of the smaller lenders, and I would say that, those who have 80 or 100 crore of debt in the company, they would believe that they need to be paid 100%. They do not want, as part of that, some equity or CRPS for interest, etc. And as you know, the way the PSU banks are, they would like a equitable solution to everyone. They can't give someone else a larger share and sacrifice that amount. And I think that is the unreasonableness which had in the meetings where we were unable to reach the 100% consensus. We had in most of the assets our consensus of 95, 97 or 99%.
The majority lenders are on board with the plan. Did they have concerns with respect to the resolution plan that you had pointed out, specifically SBI?
See, one of the proof here you would see that if I am saying that, we would be through 66% and we would, we have 90% plus in all the cases. Obviously, all the majority lenders are with us.
Are the lenders, both domestic and foreign, Puneet, on board with the company going to NCLT, or is there any difference there as well?
We have had no differences between Indian lender and foreign lenders when it has come to agree on resolution plan or giving the consents.
It's already in the public domain that Jio is a buyer, but there was a lot of talk on possibility of after DOT calling it off, after NCLT now being the process and the way to go. I want to specifically ask you, does Jio continue to remain an interested party? Do you have the support of Jio here?
Well, I would not second guess that, given that if a buyer has extended the long stop date from December 2018 to June 2019.
So spectrum and tower assets are largely the area that are now headed to NCLT, and GCX and data center remain, correct? Broadly. Okay, more on Reliance Communications. The Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal, or TDSAT, has asked the Department of Telecommunication to return the 2,000 crore rupee bank guarantee to the company. The Telecom Tribunal also held that one-time spectrum charge levied by DOT is invalid at this point in time. But continuing with Insolvency Corner, which gets bigger every day, it's a setback for Tata Steel from the NCLT in the Bhushan Power acquisition case. The Appellate Tribunal today dismissed Tata Steel's objection to JSW Steel's bid. JSW had submitted a bid of about 11,000 crore rupees and then later revised it to over 19,000 crore rupees, which surpassed Tata Steel's bid. More from this space, the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal has directed the NCLT Ahmedabad to complete proceedings in the SR Steel case by the 11th of this month. The Appellate Tribunal has once again warned that if no orders are passed by then the ArcelorMittal bid, then it will take over the proceeding. The NCLT further went on to say that as per IBC, all operational creditors need not be heard. Therefore, it will only allow one representative to argue before the NCLT Ahmedabad.